Guys, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, go watch last video. We poured 2 driveways. In the video before that, we tore them out. So go watch them. They were super good footage, awesome videos. The driveways turned out amazing, but there was something that happened that you just have to watch. So go check out that video if you haven't watched already. But welcome to the family, right? This is the new commuter car. I don't know. I think I showed it in the first video, but I bought a 2003 BMW E46 and sunroof, leather seats, 4-door, silver, one little dent, which is right there. But other than that, I mean, super clean interior. There's no other dents. Runs very good. So you guys, if you have been watching the videos, you're gonna know that I've been buying some parts. And in this video, you're gonna see this car kind of transform into something that is amazing. Even though it already looks amazing, it's a classic, over 20 years, beautiful car. But we do have a few parts that we had ordered. In that one, it's a splitter. We got a bumper, I'm waiting for another bumper. We have a M3 steering wheel. And best of all, guys, we have some BC coilovers we're gonna slap on this thing. Other than that, other than the BC coilovers, we also have a new radio that is an OEM fit for these E46s, so it's gonna look stock, which is what I'm looking for. And then last but not least, we did go ahead and buy some cheap wheels. I wouldn't say they were cheap, but they were what I wanted to pay for right now. Later on, if the coilovers work good and I don't have any problems with the suspension, I might upgrade to some dream wheels that I've always wanted on one of my cars. Without further ado, guys, let's just transform this car. I think the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to probably do the suspension first. I know the front suspension is super easy. The rear can be kind of hard because you got the dampener and then the spring, 2 separate things. But let's go ahead and open up these BC coilovers and let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, look at these. So these are gonna be the rear. Here are the fronts, guys. Super nice, super good adjustment from right here. You can raise and lower from this. This goes up and down, as well as these. These springs can compress. Obviously, you guys know the deal. Just kind of explaining how these BC coilovers work. You also get a soft hard adjustment up here as well. So guys, these are the wheels I bought. They're just some cheap, I don't even know the brand. They had the same style as I think it's the Style 45 or Style 42 BBS or old style BMW kind of M3 look. I wanted something silver or chrome, so I'm just gonna polish the rim, leave the inside spokes just kind of gunmetal or like a brushed alloy. These are a 9.5 width, so the spacing should be pretty tight, which is good. Should come out to here, it's what I'm wanting, with a tiny bit of camber, but not just slammed all the way to the ground. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for something that's a little lower, a little wider stance, and just kind of can corner really good. Even though I'm not gonna be going race car mode in this thing, just want a nice driving car, little sports car. I know it's not a Ferrari, but it's all I can afford. So we got the BC coilovers, we got the wheels and tires. I think the first thing we're kind of gonna do is lift up the front end, get the front shocks off, wheels off, and then once we get the suspension and wheels on, hopefully tonight, we're gonna go ahead and unbox these for you guys as well. And then tomorrow we'll do the rest of the project. I want to get the main components done though, the hardest part. All right guys, so we got the first one in. This is the front right side. Got a light here. Took forever. Just fine tuning it, making sure that it's the right height before I go to the next side. So then once I get this done, I can copy it and go a lot faster. I'm probably an hour in, so I'll show you guys what it looks like with the tire or wheel on. All right, here we go, guys. Look at that. Look at the fitment on this. Oh, frick yeah. That's pretty good for now. Because I can't go any lower because the jack won't fit. So look at the difference from this side. You got about 2 inches, and if you look straight down, you can't see nothing. Let me come over here. You've got, it's a little out, but I don't need spacers, which is good. Pretty good. I don't know if that stud is supposed to be free floating like that, but yeah, I don't know how, oh, just dropped somewhere. Nice. All right, guys, fronts are on. We've got 3.5 gap there, 3.5 gap on the other side. I think we're just gonna keep it like that just so it doesn't scrape, because I always remember, I used to have one in high school and it would just always scrape. Mainly whenever I would be turning and like going over a bump. I think that's good. Don't need spacers. Could go a little bit more down, lower. I just don't want to risk scraping, so I don't have to raise them again. So for the rear, guys, we have to pretty much take off the sides, and there's a little bit of sound deadening that I'm gonna have to tear out. So we're gonna get to that. So that's what it looks like when everything's torn out. That sound deadening right there, it always breaks, so I just tear it back halfway so it doesn't all peel off, so I can just kind of cover it back up when I'm done. So I'm only gonna demonstrate one side, but pretty much got the BC coilover in there. There's 2 bolts to get that at the old one out. Put that back up in there. So there's the new one. So basically, to get the spring out, you're supposed to push down on this super hard and then have someone else pull this out. Guys, check this out. The spring was broken. It goes like that. It broke. That's crazy. It was just sitting there. I was like, what is that? I thought it was a big, like, or a snake or something, but ladies and gentlemen, guys, check it out. There's the fitment right there. Probably not gonna go too much lower, might go 1/2 inch maybe. As you can see though, don't need any spacers. It's mainly why I got this offset, as well as the width. This is a 9.5 by like a 25 offset, positive 25. So really sticking that wheel further out than, you know, versus all the other wheels. But yeah, wheels are on, BC coils are on. I'm driving it tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna see how it rides. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get the stereo system in. Another big part of this project that I really wanted to get done tonight was the steering wheel. I haven't got to that yet. I just got done, and it's honestly, I think like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. And I got a lot to clean up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned up first, and then I'm gonna go ahead, move the car back into here, and we'll go from there. So basically, got the radio out, the heater controls. Gonna take 2 more bolts out to get this whole bracket out, and then the new one will just slide right in there. It already has this new bracket, which is really nice. Guys, check it out. Stereo's in. I gotta trim this piece that goes behind there, but oops. Pretty much moved the heating equipment down here. Eliminated one of these boxes. I've got a CarPlay cord and 2 USB cords for charging. And we got the nice radio here. Looks super good. Really happy. Looks OEM. It's not really sticking out, which is what I wanted. I wanted a nice OEM look. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the radio. Okay, so just got the radio in. Sounds super good. Bluetooth works, GPS works. Came with like 3 different CarPlays. I don't know if you guys saw, but or USB charging ports, which is nice. So that's good to go. Now that I got the tire wheels and suspension on, I do need to go get a line. Other than that, that portion, the radio as well, or the stereo system as well as the wheels and coilovers are done for now. I am gonna lower a tiny bit in the rear and in the front, but not right now. We do have some other parts that we're just gonna throw on here. We went ahead and got some of these corner lights that are clear rather than you know, your normal yellow, which is super nice. So these kind of go on the corner right here. Makes that clear, which is nice. And then I also got some clear side markers. So this is gonna take off this yellow, which is gonna be super nice. Yeah, and then these light up yellow LED, which is cool. And then I got some angel eyes. These are just a pure white. Started working on this, got the housing off. While I'm up here, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean that. I gotta look up a video how to properly clean it, because I know you can damage it. You gotta be super careful with those housings. But anyways, we are gonna be putting these lights on in this video, and I'm also have decided that I am gonna go ahead and put that bumper on. We've got the M3 bumper and splitter. I have to do it anyways, might as well get it all fitted up. The only reason why I didn't want to do it yet was because I didn't want to be rolling around with a mismatched bumper, but it's part of the process. We're just gonna keep going. Right now, I'm gonna get the angel eyes glued in there. And once I'm done with both sides, we're just gonna tear off this bumper, get that one bolted up, and I'll catch you guys. But I'll catch you guys when I get the angel eyes in. So pretty much what I'm doing is setting the angel eye in here with the housing off. It's the easiest way. And then pretty much just dabbing some super glue on each corner. 1, 2, and then 3 down there. And just letting it sit before I do the others. Progress is in the making. Got the bumper off. Still gotta figure out, I can't figure out really how to mount those angel eyes. I'm gonna look up a video. Currently in the process of bolting down the splitter, and then I'm gonna put the crash bar, get it mounted to this, and then put that M3 bumper on, hopefully, if everything goes good. I got these. I'm gonna go ahead and place those in, and we're just making progress. So we'll, I'm not gonna record every second of this because it's kind of boring, but I'm gonna record an end footage, like the end product of this, and it's gonna be sweet, so stay tuned. Finally, guys, I was having trouble trying to figure out how I was gonna mount that splitter onto this bumper. I pretty much just came up with a solution. I found 4 bolts that fit. We got 4 mounting points, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna work. It's super sturdy. Those are big bolts. The vibration of the car should not unscrew those. I will Loctite them, which will be good. So the next step, what we're doing right now, is I did go ahead and just super glue those angel eyes in for now. Those are gluing while I'm working over here. So we got the crash bar in. We're gonna find some bolts to mount those up. I believe I can mount 6 holes up. I'm done with that. I'm going to then put this up onto the car, and then we'll see what it looks like. I'm super excited. I've never put an M3 bumper on one of these E46s that's not, an M3. This is kind of just like an M3 replica is what I'm trying to make. If you guys didn't watch the last video though, what we did was we went and picked this up, and then in this video, we have already put the wheels and suspension on, and we also put this new head unit in. I don't know, it's hard to see, but it's a flat screen meant for these E46s. It's a super stock look, so OEM look, that's what I was going for. I can't jack up the car anymore though, because it adjusted to these ride height coilovers, so the jack won't fit anymore. I lowered the car with this jack, came out fine from under the car. Now it won't go under, so I do gotta buy a new jack, a lower profile jack, which they make, so I can lift this up. That's one problem I had with my old E46 back in high school. What I'd do is I would just grab the fender, lift it, and then push that one in, but that one's way too that one's a lot bigger than my old one I used to have. So but yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead and get that bumper fitted up, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, you guys, so we got the M3 splitter bolted up, like I said in the last clip. It's on the car now. Got the M3 bumper. It's mounted on. It's a rough mount, so I still got to tighten up the 2 bolts to tie this thing together. Just test fitting it. Looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead, tighten those up so the bumper's done. And then I'm going to go ahead and So I gotta wait for those to dry. I'm gonna re-glue them. Then I'm gonna go ahead and work on the steering wheel. Gotta disconnect the battery, take off the airbag, take off the steering wheel. So let's just get to that. So pretty much what I did was just put some 3M tape, get them stuck on, and then I super glued them as well. I did them to each one. So those are drying. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and clean these housings on the outside. The insides are fine, it's just the outside. So I'm gonna scrub them, gotta be super careful, but try and get them a little more clear than what they are. Guys, check it out. Bumpers on, splitters on, lights are on. Not really liking the lights. I can see that one's kind of flickering. I'm just gonna buy a whole new housing with black backgrounds and halos. It's gonna look sweet, but didn't get the steering wheel in. We're gonna wait on that. Mainly just wanted to get the front end done, suspension and wheels in this video, as well as the head unit. Guys, this car turned out sweet, a lot different than, you know, what it was before. Do gotta mess with the fitment a little bit and get the front painted. So we're gonna wait on that, but till next video, thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video.